put a building that's going to make profit. But you've got to look at the overall plan. If you look at the overall plan, perhaps future development could look at the plan, what types of businesses want to move into this area, or we want to attract to the area. We're not going to have a Papagallo's in Highland Square. It's not going to come here. That's not the clientele here. We have a broad base. You want stores where people can afford it. Somebody can, put 50 grand into their own money into it with affordable rent and get traffic in and out of the store.
Absolutely, and that's exactly the kind of input we're seeking.
And a follow-up, a co-op market. If we want to control our destiny here and be off the Albrechts of the world and the others, this community can support a co-op market. We had one years ago that is sorely missed. It's something we can do. And that's something that we as a community can do. And if Albrecht wanted to partner, what's it going to hurt? Otherwise, we'll be back here in 5 years with more asphalt, ground asphalt dumped on that spot, complaining about the same thing.
Right.
Well, you know what? We have had a lot of feedback, and thank you so much, all of you. But if we could just take a minute and try to make sure that we respond to everybody's points here. So, I know Joe had some things to say about the type of tenant
I just
mix.
wanted to address Mr. King's question about the tenant mix. I want to address your question about the tenant mix. One of the complaints that I had heard from the community, and I'm responsible for leasing the Chipotle building, is why is it taking so long to lease out? You've had storefronts for so long. Everybody always wanted to know who's the next tenant, who's coming in, why is it taking so long? We really put a lot of effort into trying to find the right tenants for Highland Square. We really did our best. We turned down some tenants that we didn't feel were appropriate based on the input that we received from the Highland Square community. So, for example, I don't want to talk about,
Come on.
but in general,
I mean, it's got to be better than Verizon. I'm sorry.
right? Yeah.
Well,
In general, we tried to go after unique, interesting tenants. We think we've done a good job of that with Market Path. That was definitely a big hit, and we're very excited to have them as a part of the community. We think they're a good business citizen. Metro Burger, that's an entrepreneur. He moved here from Chicago a few years back. He had an idea for a burger restaurant. He went in there and he's executing, and he's been doing well thanks to your support, and I hope you continue to support his business.
I can't afford it.
Well, he's trying to provide a quality.
Yeah, but how many restaurants do you need in a neighborhood? I mean, you already have 7, you put a pizza shop where we already have it, and you're not answering the gentleman.
Trust
You're
me.
having 3 of the same in one area. No grocery store, you destroy something with the purpose of building. You're just destroying and putting something completely useless. I mean, you're skirting, you've tried. For how many years has that lot been empty with no one in there? I'm sure somebody has the money. What, have a burrito every day? What about the old people that can't go to Acme down there? Are you thinking about citizens, or are you just thinking of make money?
No, absolutely not. And
Come
thanks
on.
for your input. You're on a different topic with the grocery store, and we'll definitely get to that. But I want to try to address Mr. King's question, talk a little bit further, make sure that I've satisfied, in terms of my answer, the question about what types of tenants that we're looking for. We're looking for interesting, we're looking for unique, and it took a long time to find those tenants, and we think we've done a pretty good job of finding some unique tenants that aren't in other areas. We continue to look for those types of tenants. There's a question here about too many restaurants, and we're sensitive to that as well. We're looking for retail tenants. That's why we put in.
well, some community members are expressing their viewpoint that there are too many restaurants. Some are saying there aren't enough. So this is the kind of, it's difficult to please everyone. So.
This is our challenge. We're trying to strike a chord with the community, and we're trying to strike a balance with the tenant mix within the building between retail, restaurant. The market has responded pretty heavily that restaurant is good. There's a lot of traffic from the University of Akron. There's a lot of traffic from the downtown Akron office market. There's a demand there. The restaurants that have gone in to date have been have been doing pretty good. And
Well,
Kim, thank
restaurants
you for
aside, we need a store of some sort.
that. Right.
If you could just answer the question of why you put a Mexican restaurant across from a Mexican restaurant and now putting a pizza parlor across from a pizza parlor. That was the gist of my question.
Well, Chipotle is a very popular tenant. It provides a lot of good jobs for people. It brings a lot of new traffic into the square. So we figured like that would be a very good kickoff tenant. And if you remember their grand opening, if you remember the day that they opened a couple years ago, there were lines all the way around the building.
Yeah, because they offered free food.
That helps. That has drawn a lot of people to the square, and it has been a successful
What,
location
you
for
hire
Chipotle.
3 people, but you screw up 100? I mean, that's not the way to go. You want to talk capitalism, talk right.
Well,
Answer the question straight. He put a straight question. You have to respect him and give him a straight answer.
Well, I'm sorry, I'll just speak from a real estate perspective. The Chipotle market is very different than the Two Amigos market that was in there. I mean, people came to Two Amigos for lunch. I would come there for birthdays, for lunch from the downtown area. I wouldn't bring my, assistant to Chipotle for lunch for a birthday. Maybe some people would, but I would not. We'd go to Two Amigos, we'd go to places like that. It's a sit down, it's a very different market. Chipotle, while they're both Mexican food, they're very different.
And the
Very
pizza
different
question.
markets. And so we can speak to that.
And the
issue.
pizza parlor you're putting in is so different from the one across
in
the
terms
street.
of the pizza parlor, we feel like choice is a good thing for the community. It's
But what if it drives out the other pizza parlor?
Well, the community has the opportunity to choose which one they want to go to.
Right.
All right, then we won't go to the new one. They might as well close their door now.
And that is up to you to make your decision on which one you'd want to go to, but I think in general, competition is good for quality of product, and it's good for pricing of product. So,
In that case, you put two
Wait,
grocery
wait,
stores.
wait, we've got another question.